Hello, my name's Roy Clayton, and I want to go through day one of the Think and Grow Rich challenge. I've just got through day one with Russell Brunson and his team, and it was fantastic. So I just want to go through some of the things to do with that challenge with you and show you some key points. Think and Grow Rich challenge. In 3 days, they want to show you the 6 principles that will help you go from stuck and uncertain about your life to the career of freedom that you deserve. And this is how they're going to do it. Well, this is the agenda for the 3 days. I do believe that this is going to be evergreen. And so if you are seeing this in the future, I'm sure you're going to still be able to use the links and being able to go through this. So day one, it turned out to be 3 hours, and it really was incredible. As you can see there, day one was definiteness of purpose and the mastermind principle. So I'll just go through some of the points to do with that now. But as they started day one, you could see that there was an upgrade, if you like, for a VIP pass, which is extra. The teaching without the VIP pass was just short of 3 hours. And there is a workbook that goes along with it as well, and that's part of the free part, if you like. But if you want to upgrade, there is a VIP pass. It does include some other things. It does include the secrets of success for 30 days for free, etc. So it is good value for $47 for sure. But I just wanted to tell you that that's part of what they show you before they get into the teaching. So we start off with principle one, definiteness of purpose. Interestingly, we had some teaching from Napoleon Hill, from some old footage. Russell Brunson's got some very old reels that obviously they put into modern technology. And that teaching from Napoleon Hill himself was very interesting. Then lots of teaching again from Russell Brunson, as always, as well as teaching from these other two well-known entrepreneurs as well. And they were Tom Bilyeu and Sharon Lechter. And they went into detail about definiteness of purpose, and they really drove home why this is important. By the end of this teaching from the four people, if you include Napoleon Hill, it really drove home this first principle that they're wanting to teach you about. It was fantastic, really. So then we moved on to principle two, the mastermind principle. And again, we got some teaching from some old footage of Napoleon Hill. There you can see one of his famous quotes. And again, lots of good teaching from Russell Brunson, as always. And as well as the first principle, we had also had teaching from other people that I'll show you now. So we had teaching from Dean Graziosi and Ashley Kirkwood, both incredible teachers in their own right. And they went through some of these key points that you can see there. And again, it was fantastic. So all this added up to, going on for 3 hours. So you can imagine the detail that these people went into. It certainly is well worth looking at. And it is an incredibly important subject to, to get the secrets of success firmly imprinted in you, implanted. So day two is going to be principle three, positive mental attitude. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you're going to join us for that too. And I'm sure it's going to be just as good as day one was. So go to the links in the comments and sign up. I'm sure it is going to be evergreen. I certainly hope so, because it's certainly teaching that is going to be well worth looking at again and again. So go to the description below and have a look at this teaching. I'm sure you're going to find it very useful. So thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. So day two of the Think and Grow Rich 3-day course. Today is going to be principle three, positive mental attitude. This day was a full 3 hours again, like it was with day one, full of incredible teaching, which I'll go through with you now. But yeah, it did. Even on just this one principle, positive mental attitude, the whole thing was, in total, it was 3 hours. So, like we did on day one, we had Russell Brunson speaking. He's always got much really good things to say. And again, we had some old footage from Napoleon Hill. Nothing great was ever achieved without a positive mental attitude. That's part of the quote he mentions there in his teaching. But it is great teaching, and as well as Russell Brunson and footage from Napoleon Hill, we also had these speakers as well. So we also had John Asraf, Trent Shelton, and Eileen Wilder, all speaking on positive mental attitude. They all spoke from somewhere between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So you can imagine this is some incredible detail when you've had Russell Brunson, Napoleon Hill, and now these three famous speakers here giving you some incredible knowledge. So this 3-day course, you can tell already, it is well worth your time. So just to give you a little glimpse of what some of the people spoke about, Russell Brunson, the 3 secrets to actually think and grow rich. What is it? What's the secret that you actually are going to have, a great business? And he talks about what it means to sell and then how to sell. So that was Russell Brunson. We also had the other speakers. I'll show you now. So Trent Shelton went deep into the 4 levels of value. So 20, 30 minutes basically explaining some incredible insights into what he calls the 4 levels of value. You can see some of the details there, but another great teaching by Trent. And some great teaching from Eileen Wilder, how to find your voice and make this calling your new career. And you can see some of the details there of what she went through. Again, in great depth, well worth listening to. Incredible teaching from Eileen there. So there were some very brief details of day 2 and 3 hours. Like I said at the start, that's all that what I just spoke about there in the last few minutes was 3 hours worth of information. So day 3 tomorrow. So with that, hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll give you some more details of what happens in day 3. So thank you for listening. Speak to you again soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. So now we move to day 3 of this 3-day Think and Grow Rich challenge or course, which has been absolutely fantastic. And day 3 is no exception. To conclude, we have another 3 hours. So 3 3-hour days, and that's without the upgrade of the VIP access. Absolutely brilliant teaching. So we have 2 principles today, starting with principle 4, which is going the extra mile. This is the one rule you must follow if you expect to write your own price tag and be sure of getting it. It determines the space or market share you take up and how much you earn. That's Napoleon Hill. So we had another footage from Napoleon Hill from some archives that Russell Brunson and his team have got hold of from quite a few years ago. But it is great teaching, straight from the principles in the book Think and Grow Rich. Also some teaching you can see there from Russell Brunson on going the extra mile. Just fantastic teaching again. So then we moved on to principle 5, the final principle of this 3-day course, applied faith. Probably for me, the most interesting subject of them all. Part of this quote by Napoleon Hill, all callings have one trait which distinguishes them from the failures. It is their capacity for belief. That's just part of that quote, but already you can see This is getting interesting. Business principles, entrepreneurship. We're now bringing in belief, which is obviously what Napoleon Hill is all about. So we continued teaching of applied faith from Annie Grace, Joe Vitale, and Sonia Ricorti. And you can see some of the key points here. They are very much on belief, like we said before. Know what you want and believe that you can and will get it. Express gratitude many times daily for having already received it. Keep your mind open for hunches, and when you're inspired to action, move at once. You can see all these principles, there's three more there. They are very much to do with faith, and it is interesting that this is being brought into the thinking that you need to grow a successful business. So now we're moving to the conclusion of the 3 days with Russell Brunson giving us some very useful teaching on how to use your phone to build an email list of your dream customers. And it's in just 5 minutes a day. That's interesting, not too long, but certainly interesting teaching. And then Russell moves directly into the real conclusion of these 3 days. Are you ready to actually think and grow rich? So are you ready to put into practice what's been taught during these 3 days? And with that, he's promoting something that's called Course Secrets. Obviously, Russell Brunson style, lots of bonuses. It is an upsell, but something that is obviously very, very useful. So that's what he does there in conclusion. Obviously, this is not finished, so he's promoting something else that'll help you after this 3-day course as well. So that's the 3-day course. And I want to ask the question, a clip that I put up right at the start of this course that advertised this course as have the life that you're made for, join the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. There was the dates that have obviously gone now, but I'm sure this course will be evergreen. So you're going to be able to see the information in this course again and again and again anyway. I'm sure that's how it's going to work. But has this course given you what was promised? Has it given you the life that you're made for? Well, that's why I put that up. So that's something just to leave you with to think about. So I'd like to thank you for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.